Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, I will be sharing with you my recipe for fried churros with not one, not two, but 3 different dipping sauces. Hey guys, I'm Steph the pastry chef. I'm a pro pastry chef working at one of the leading UK's 5-star luxury hotels, and on my channel I share with you my recipes that you can create easily at home. On today's episode we're going to be looking at churros. These are a fried delicacy, a street food often found in Spain and parts of South America. I'm going to be making 3 different dipping sauces to go with these delicious churros. We're going to make a vanilla whipped cream, a dark chocolate ganache, and the lovely traditional dulce de leche. So without further ado, let's get into the recipe.
So for the churros batter, we take 100 grams of unsalted butter, place that in a pan with 250 grams of whole milk, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We then place that onto a medium heat, allow the butter to melt before bringing it to the boil. As soon as the mixture comes to the boil, we add the flour all in one go, 200 grams which has been previously sifted, and we mix that very well. We then transfer to a wooden spoon, which is going to give us a lot more strength. From there it goes on to a medium to low heat, and we're going to cook that for about a minute. That's just going to dry the mixture out a little bit, and then you can see we've got this lovely texture and that is ready to go. At this point we're going to stop the cooking by immediately tipping it out into a bowl and setting that aside for 5 minutes to cool down. So at this stage we're going to start adding our eggs to the mixture. So we take 180 grams of whole eggs, and in about 4 or 5 additions we slowly add it to the mixture, mixing very thoroughly in between each addition. And when all of those eggs have been added, you can see we've got a beautiful smooth mixture here, and that is ready to go. Now you can actually make this the day before and just keep it in the fridge overnight. It's also absolutely no problem to use this straight away. However, I recommend resting it for at least half an hour at room temperature before we start cooking with it. So now the batter has actually rested, I'm going to now transfer it into a piping bag with this lovely star nozzle. This is really important because it's going to give us those lovely lines down the churros to give us that traditional look. So we're going to take our batter and transfer it carefully into the piping bag. When you transfer this mixture, you really want to make sure there's no air pockets in there if you can, because otherwise it's going to slightly deform those lovely churros. Now it's in the bag, it's ready to go. So we're going to place 1 litre of vegetable oil on a medium heat in a large pan, and we're going to bring that up to between 180 and 190 degrees C. Very important that you have a temperature probe for cooking with oil accurately, and you can pick one of these up online for really cheap. Also, just to mention guys, hot oil as we know can be dangerous, so just please proceed with caution. So we're going to start pushing the mixture from the piping nozzle into the oil, cutting with scissors to get these lovely lengths of dough, and we're going to cook those in the oil for about 3-4 minutes until they're beautifully golden brown. At this point we can lift them out carefully from the oil and drain them on kitchen paper just to remove any of the excess oil. The recipe I've done for you guys produces about 4 pans worth of churros, so that will depend on the size of the pan, but I got 4 full batches in this medium sized pan. So you just want to go through batch by batch, cook all of these until they're beautifully golden brown. Now these churros are definitely best eaten straight out of the fryer, so we're going to make some lovely cinnamon sugar. So we're going to take 50 grams of caster sugar with 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, mix that really well together, and then we're just going to toss the churros in the sugar until it's evenly coated. And these are looking absolutely delicious. So we need some dipping sauces to go with that, so let's start off with those. So condensed milk, turning it into dulce de leche. Very simple. 1 tin of condensed milk, cover it with water so the water comes above the tin, bring it to the boil, place a lid on, and we're going to actually boil that for 3 hours. Just on a low simmer, making sure that we top up the water when necessary, so it's always submerged in water. After 3 hours, we can lift it out of the pan, cool it down to room temperature, bring it out of the jar like this, and we have this amazing caramelized milk jam or dulce de leche. Give it a whisk until it's smooth, and that's ready to go. Next up, an amazing chocolate sauce. So we're going to take 80 grams of chopped high quality dark chocolate. We're going to bring 50 grams of double cream, 50 grams of whole milk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract to the boil. When that boils, we're going to pour it onto the chocolate together with 15 grams of diced butter, and we're going to mix that until it comes together to a beautifully silky and smooth chocolate ganache. Now we can set that aside at room temperature, ready for later. So next up we're going to move on to the whipped cream. So it's just a classic vanilla whipped cream. 100 grams of double cream, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of icing sugar. We're going to whisk those together until it's very soft peaks. Don't over whip this, it is a dipping sauce, so what you can see here is maximum. Now to serve this, I've just scrunched up some parchment paper, put it inside a dish, and piled it up high, almost like a chip cone, but with churros. This really is a must-make recipe. So there you go guys, here it is, my recipe for homemade churros. Please enjoy.
So thanks for watching today's episode. I know you're going to really love the results if you make this. If you do make it, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback. I've got another delicious, amazing recipe I can't wait to share with you guys next week, so I shall see you then. Thanks for watching.